Good.
How is everyone's Monday going?
Good. I'm enjoying the humidity and the deep sweat. It's great.
Loving life, yeah.
Mm-hmm. She said deep sweat. That's so
funny. You know when you sweat and you're like, I just gotta accept that I'm going to be completely like you stop fighting the heat, like you just accept. That's the only way to get through it, to just accept that there's no part of you that's going to be like comfortably dry. Like it is.
I hate it.
My room is like it's thoroughly a sauna, so it's all right.
Yeah.
Right by my desk. Yeah.
And that feeling, just when you're like soaked as well, and you're like, I just can't even deal with this right now, but there's nothing you can do, so you just gotta soak it up.
Literally.
Oh, I see what you did there. Exactly. I'm just telling the peeps that we are live.
Okay.
It's another week, y'all. It's
another week.
I've got a random question for you, ladies.
Yes, please.
I don't know if we've done this one before. I hope not. If you could eat it's food, obviously.
I'm here for this. Yeah.
If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, so like a dish, a certain dish, what would it be and why? So every day, every meal, you've got to eat this one dish.
Yeah, that's a conundrum of all just proportions. My gosh. Jess said I'm not going to go easy on them today.
Nope.
Paula, you go.
Well, okay. So let me see. Oh my gosh. I'm like, which Jamaican dish? I might go for, it's a traditionally breakfast food for Jamaican culture.
Okay.
Ackee and saltfish.
Good one. Every meal?
Possibly. I mean, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna do it with some dumplings, fried or boiled. I don't know. I'm gonna go. I kind of like the fried dumplings because then it gets like really really nice inside, and then you can like dip it in the ackee and saltfish, and then some green banana.
Ooh.
Boiled green banana. Really, really nice.
That is the most Jamaican situation.
Yeah, I think I'd do that. And some I do like carrot juice, like done the Jamaican way. So maybe I'd do that as well.
Oh man, I think I would do rack of lamb. This is I'm not yet vegan, y'all, so don't judge me.
I was thinking about, just in case I go pescatarian, this can work both ways.
I would do a rack of lamb with a really a nice kind of al dente risotto, like where it has some kind of chew. It's not just like mush, with fresh mixed green salad that has like cucumbers and like a whole bunch of different kinds of greens and peppers and like just like a variety of greens. Not just like here's some salad, here's some cucumber, and that's it. Like I would do that, because then you get your proteins and your carbs and your vitamins and your
veggies.
Yeah, I'd do that.
That's a great. Ooh, who doesn't love a rack of lamb?
People who hate lamb.
Don't eat meat. Who are allergic to lamb? True. It's a big demographic. It's okay, but that's a good choice. That's a good choice, though.
I appreciate your validation.
My blind validation to like others, like dietary restrictions. Yeah. Blindly all for that meal.
Jess,
what about you?
So we've got someone commenting, and I really apologise because your name is quite long. It looks complicated, so I apologise if I say it wrong. So it looks like JL Hugan Frisk 1 has said from Jamaica ? And then has put, I will go for some fries with fricandel.
Where are you from?
And a Mexicano. And then they put hashtag peace out, bro. I mean, I hope you stayed, but hi.
Hello. Yeah, that is a traditional dish from Jamaican culture. Something that makes me who I am is I am Jamaican. Yes.
Indeed you are.
And then Ashley D95, hello. Thank you for tuning in again.
Hi, Ashley D95.
Has said, I think I would choose some sushi with green tea and dessert would be mochi. Okay, I mean, going for all different courses here.
Right.
Can't go wrong.
And you know, he's smart for saying that because sushi can have so many different things inside of it. He could keep on switching it up for like the different meals of the day.
Yeah.
Ashley D95, you using your thinker.
And then the person that originally commented with a long name. So I'm just going to nickname you JL because that's easier to say. They have put Holland. They are from Holland. Hello.
Very cool. Hello from Holland.
Welcome.
And then they've put, I want to go to Jamaica for the chill vibes. Okay.
Yeah.
Jamaica has chill vibes as well as some very innovative and interesting people. So we definitely suggest it as a destination for visiting and for living.
Yeah.
So for sure, go ahead.
Yes, yes. Thanks for tuning in. Be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends about us. You know, yeah.
Come join in with the AI conversation. But just quickly give my answer. It's gonna seem really boring compared to you guys.
Not boring.
I was gonna say spaghetti bolognese because that's like my all-time favorite meal. But then I'm thinking pizza just because, again, if it's for every meal, you can change it up.
I like it.
True.
I like it.
That's true.
Yes, Jess.
Yes, Jess.
Yes, Jess. I've changed. My restaurant's going to be a pizza restaurant, maybe. There you go. Who knows?
I will be a patron of that pizza restaurant.
Thank you.
Period.
Thank you.
Period. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah.
And again, you can have all different types of pizzas, so why not? Anyway, shall we get into the show rather than just talking about food, which we could do for literally hours.
All day.
Upon hours.
Yeah. I think we have done that before. Yeah.
Okay.
We shall. Let's get this show started.
So, hello and welcome to the Arghon AI Twitch channel. My name is Jess and I will be your host today. And I'm joined by the lovely Paula and the lovely Lauren. Hello. So as it is Monday, today's stream is Flags and Polls. So this stream is going to focus on some interesting made-up scenarios which revolve around artificial intelligence. So this could be anything from discussing what decisions an AI would make depending on certain criteria it's given, or it could be an AI versus human. Who would win? Who knows? So there are no right and wrong answers. So that is what's so nice about this Monday show, is that you can kind of get your creative juices flowing and there's no pressure to give a right or wrong answer. So as always, be sure to friend us, follow us on here so you can join us live all the time, be notified when we do go live, as it is always better. You can join in as the conversation goes on. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter at Arghon AI. And also we've got a YouTube channel, so if you go to youtube.com/Arghon, we've got some really cool content over there as well. So yeah, as we go through, be sure to comment, let us know what you think of the scenarios, and also any topics you would like us to talk about in a future episode on Arghon AI. So yes, are we ready?
We are ready.
Get started.
Yes.
Throw me in, coach.
Okay, scenario 1. And this is quite an interesting one, I feel, with, you know, the pandemic and what happened at the start of the pandemic. You'll understand why.
Okay.
So a user of an unnamed AI, so not Arghon, this is just a made-up AI, has told their AI they are out of toilet paper. The AI knows their user has multiple preferences when shopping for toilet paper. So the following are their toilet paper criteria, and it's not listed in any particular order. So 1, the toilet paper must be soft, obviously. 2, the toilet paper must be absorbent, again, obviously. And 3, the toilet paper must be inexpensive. And then the last criteria is the toilet paper must come in a pack of 12. So the toilet paper options are as follows. Brand A is ultra soft. It's 2-ply, which is average absorbance. It's in a pack of 16, and it costs $12 US. Brand B is not soft. It's 4-ply, which is highly absorbent, and it's in a pack of 12, and it costs $5 US. Which toilet paper should the unnamed AI purchase for the user? I just thought, it's Monday. Let's start off with a really fun.
We like the areas that involve bathroom awkwardness for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Okay. So the criteria are: it must be soft, absorbent,
inexpensive, and a pack of 12.
And a pack of 12. So they need at least 12.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the first one is very, very soft. Like, what is it, 2-ply you said?
Yeah, so average absorbance.
Average absorbance.
16 in a pack of 16.
But it's like...
It's $12.
Yeah.
$12.
Like super expensive.
And then brand B...
For 16?
I don't know. I don't deal with dollars over here. We do it in pounds, so I don't know.
Let's look at the other one.
So brand B is not soft.
Not soft.
It's highly absorbent.
Very absorbent.
It's a pack of 12, and it costs $5.
So both of them meet the pack of 12 criteria. Like both of them meet that minimum.
Mm-hmm.
So toss that out. So now it's just soft. It's soft, absorbent, and the price inexpensive.
Yeah. And a packet. Yeah.
You know what? Do you have an answer, Lauren? Because I'll go.
Paula, go ahead.
Go on, Paula.
Exactly which one you're going to pick. And it had nothing to do with the price, so I don't care what you say. Nothing to do with it. Go ahead, Paula. Tell us what you go with.
Why would anyone pick an unsoft toilet paper? It seems inhumane.
We've got a funny comment. So JL, again, that is your nickname, because apologies, I can't say your full name.
No, we welcome you, and please tell us if there's a way to pronounce your name for us to understand
it. They've put always ultra soft, else my arse is like hell no. And then Tim Modge 1998 has put agreed, and then Ashley D has put I think I would go brand B.
Right? Because he's like, listen, it's gonna absorb everything you throw at it.
Brand B.
No, okay. Ashley D95. Tell us why you chose the opposite. Why you chose brand B. Okay, so Paula, while he or she is saying why they chose brand B, tell us which brand you're choosing and why.
I'm definitely choosing brand A. Okay, ultra soft 2-ply. I do believe 2-ply is the regular. I mean, it's not 1-ply. It's not translucent. 2-ply is like.
But brand B is even more absorbent, and absorbent is one of the things that they asked for.
It's just not soft.
But all it needed to be was absorbent to be one of the criteria, and 2-ply toilet paper is absorbent. And they also said it needed to be soft. That was their first criteria. So
it's not in any particular order, though. So it's not like they're not necessarily saying it's the most important thing.
Yeah.
It might be more important that it's absorbent than it's soft.
True, or inexpensive. But honestly, $12 for 16 rolls is not bad at all.
It's like
$12 for 12 rolls. For the first one is only 12.
Yeah, it's like $1.30. It's $1.30 per roll.
Yeah.
Or the other one is.
Hang on. My calculator skills are not. Wait. It is. Oh no, that's not right.
It's $5 for 12 rolls. The second one.
No, it's 16 rolls. Second
No.
one is 16.
No.
The second one is 16.
No,
Yeah.
the second one is 12 packs of rolls
For
cost
$5.
$5.
Yeah.
Okay, then what's the first one?
It is 16 for
rolls.
12.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
so how much is the other one?
$12. The first option A is 16 rolls for $12. And then B is 12 rolls for $5, which you definitely pay for what you're getting.
What's the 9? Which one has 9?
Neither.
There's a number 9 somewhere in it.
No.
Where did I hear the 9 from?
I don't know. Because it was like £1.30 or $1.30. I said.
So $1.30 and one versus $1.
Versus 30 cents. I was gonna say pence then.
30 cents compared to $1.30. I mean, whoever pitch it is inexpensive. Like, that is one of his criterion, and I'm saying it's equal value to all the other ones.
4-ply, his toilet is probably broken, so he's gonna have to pay for a plumber to come out because he has messed his toilet up. This is just, it's a no-brainer. It's definitely brand A. The AI would have to understand the human condition.
Brand B says brand B is how soft? Not soft?
Not soft. It just says not soft. So we don't know how not soft it is.
We don't know what circumstance the guy is in. Like, if expense really matters, people will do that thing where they buy Charmin Ultra Soft normally, but then when they're at the end of their budget, they're like, all right, let's get that affordable, industrial shit going.
This is so ridiculous. Yeah.
So it really depends on what time of the month it is, like where he or she is budget wise, which one they pick.
So Ashley D has come back and said, I chose brand B as I'm not fussed on whether it's soft. And I'm more focused on it being more absorbing as I can use less sheets.
Economical, sustainable. That's a sustainable answer right there.
And his behind could be like, used to the not soft toilet paper.
He or she might not care about that. Like, some people are sensitive and other people are like, as long as it gets the job done, I'm throwing it in the toilet in like a half a second anyway.
This is so weird.
This is the funniest topic we've had in a little bit, guys. What?
Anytime we have a topic that happens to deal with nether regions, we all seem to just lose it.
Get very passionate as well. Like, we're all taking it very seriously, like as if like it's our AI.
You don't understand.
Brand B just says not soft. What? Why?
I'm just gonna be contrarian and go with brand B. Ashy D95. I'm going with you on that one.
So, Paula, are you going A?
Yeah.
Yes. Like, what would you expect from me?
Remember, it's not for us. Remember, it's not for us personally. It's for this made-up user.
Yeah.
For my AI better know me enough to.
Paula, it's not about you though. It's about fictitious person number one in this scenario.
I think I would go for B because they want it to be absorbent and inexpensive, and that is the one that fits perfectly to that criteria.
Also, I don't know if you all have ever done that. Ooh, look at me. I have something right here to give you. All right.
Oh, no.
But you can go like this and soften up your toilet paper.
Stop it.
Have you ever done that when you're at like a gas station? When you're at like a gas station, you're like, wow, this toilet paper sucks. And you literally just soften it before you use it. Guys, I'm telling you, it works. You do that, and then all of a sudden, there's all this fuzz now, but then all of a sudden it's soft, and because it has so much ply, it's still tense enough that you haven't ripped it. So I would definitely choose B, because you can always make it work, and at least it's less expensive. 30 cents? 30 cents, you can, for a ply, you could rip that in half. Come on now.
$1.30 cents. That's less than a cup of coffee. Come on now.
Listen, when that stuff starts to add up, if you're buying it over and over again.
16 rolls. 16 rolls.
You have
$12.
Yeah, 16 rolls at $1.30.
But also, imagine if it's like, you know, for a family and there's loads of them and they go through this toilet paper really quickly. So it's inexpensive because of that.
I'm single and I can do what I want.
I can use this much toilet paper if I choose.
Can roll it up and bunch it.
Guys, you've lost me here. I don't understand how B came in. Like, how is B an option?
But we don't know how not soft it is, though. We're not saying, or, you know.
It said not soft. It said not soft.
It didn't say hard, though. It just said not soft.
I mean, I know it's not construction paper,
Because you know when you go to like public buildings and use their toilet paper and it is the one ply, that's not soft, but it's not unusable. But that's not soft.
You can do that little thing.
Yeah, well,
I'm gonna try that.
Yes, just rub it between your hands and it's good to go. It's a thing. I mean, I use it when I have to use paper towel to wipe my nose, so why not the other places?
It's too much today. Too much today. All right, Jess, the suspense is killing me. I really have to know. What is this AI gonna do?
Wait, Jess, what did you say you would go with?
B, because it matches. She's so upset today.
Someone who's like, screw this tiny house. I need the mansion regardless. So, like, your tastes are you have a very consistent brand here. Like, we understand. Don't feel any kind of way. We get it. Paula's like, I want the finer things and the comfort. Don't ask me to compromise. Don't ask me. I'm not going to be rubbing my tissue again.
She's like, why should I do that when I could just buy ultra soft toilet paper?
For $1.30 a roll.
Right.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
But yeah, if you had a family where you had like a lot of kids and they were like going through it, that's very expensive.
Okay,
so you like pull out a lot at a time, like.
Oh yeah.
You know,
so
start rolling the toilet tissue down.
I'm gonna put you out of your misery and let you know which one the AI picked. Are we ready?
Yeah.
And what I love about this is that the answers, it never gives the reason why, so it just makes it so much funnier. So it's just the AI chose toilet paper B. Look at Paula, I knew that was coming.
Poor Paula.
Because it got the absorbent and inexpensive.
Paula, it's okay. You are an individual.
She's like, oh God. She's just gone quiet now. She's like, what? Paula, are you okay?
Not right. It's just not right. Not right. It's not right. Not correct. It's not right.
Paula, it's fine. You are okay. Listen, just because the AI wants it doesn't mean you have to. That's it, plain and simple. You don't have to choose it. Remember, different strokes for different backsides. That's just how it works. Okay.
Well, if it starts with B, you have to do that.
You get an arm workout, you know? There's pluses.
I'm shocked.
It's just that it hit more of the criteria.
Yeah.
Paula was going with personal preference.
Look
my implicit bias is showing.
But then your AI would know you want it to be ultra soft. That's the first on the list, where we don't know what order.
It's in no particular order.
It's that I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed. That's what I'm getting from you. I'm literally crying.
It's all good. It's all good. It is all good. You're okay, boo. You are okay.
You know, there have been a few episodes of Flags and Poles that have gotten me in my heart.
As long as you understand that these scenarios are made up and there's no right or wrong answer. That's the point. There's no right or wrong answer. We have the reasoning. We chose our reasoning for the reason we chose our reasoning. Based on the guide, this is what we think it should pick. But you saying the opposite is not a wrong answer. And it's important that you understand that. And to all of our viewers out there who are watching, there is no right or wrong answer. There is just what you think and then what the AI does. The AI could easily have gone with something else as well. So, you know.
Yeah, again, it's just
based. To throw it out there. Paula is a brave person. We have to acknowledge that Paula will go against the grain, and that is that's worth some lauding right there. You know, she just refuses to be the one who ruffles up her toilet tissue. I can't judge that efficiency on her part. I can't.
No, we can't fault you, you know. Again, this is what this channel is about, and why Mondays are always so fun, because we can have a joke, we can have a laugh, and again, it's not everybody's got to be on the same side, you know. Toilet paper.
You know, when thinking about toilet paper, I know I can sleep well tonight knowing that there is an AI out there right now that knows me. It's called Arghon, and it knows what my preference would actually be, and it would not be choice B. So I can sleep well tonight knowing that it's okay. It's okay. All is still well and right in the world. Because Arghon wouldn't do this to me.
And
Arghon wouldn't do this to me.
And for everybody watching, you can go to arghon.com, you can download Arghon for yourself, experience it firsthand, and you know, you can give it the permissions to know what kind of toilet paper you like. So, you know, Paula, Arghon would know. Paula needs that extra soft. Otherwise, she's going to be angry.
She needs soft toilet tissue or go home.
So go download Arghon and try it for yourself, and just keep Paula happy, because
y'all are making me laugh so hard. I need to fan this. It's so hard, and you're making me laugh, and it's just making me harder. You know, this is why we value Paula. She always brings the joy. She really does. Like, unironically, it just brings true joy. Just being yourself, Paula. It's like, it's the best. It's truly the best.
So sweet.
That is cute.
That's so sweet.
And I mean it. I'm laughing, but I do mean
it. I got cry eye.
Y'all are sweet. Y'all are sweet.
Okay, give us the next one, because I don't think I can handle it.
I was going to say, also, for everyone tuning in, you can go and share this scenario with your friends and family. And then if you hit us up on our socials, so at Arghon A.I, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, let us know what they say. Because as you can see, this has been hilarious. So why not share that with your friends and family?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's polarizing. These questions are polarizing in the best way. They spark response.
Right. Scenario 2. Let's move on.
Let's
go.
Go.
Contestants in a statewide radio competition are competing to win an all expenses paid AI planned vacation. Ooh. Sponsored by a majority travel company. In order to win the contest, they must meet the following standards. 1. They must be able to name the radio host's top 5 favourite Christmas songs. This is one for you, Paula. Trying to make it smart. 2. They must submit proof of performing at least 35 hours of community service in the last year. And 3, they must live within a 42-mile radius of the radio station. So, there are 2 contestants.
Okay, wait, hold on. So, 42-mile radius, 35 hours of community service, and top 5 songs. Okay.
Top 5 Christmas songs, yeah. So, contestant A lists all 5 of the host's favourite holiday songs in their correct order, from least to most favourite. This contestant has submitted proof of performing exactly 35 hours of community service in the last year. And this contestant lives 20 miles away from the radio station. Contestant B lists all 5 of the host's favourite Christmas songs in no particular order. They submit proof of performing 40 hours of community service in the last year. And this person lives 31 miles from the radio station. Who should the AI pick to win? Who would the viewer pick to win? So we've got 2 questions here. Do you want me to list off the criteria? Yeah. So again, the question was, so they need to have list the radio host's top 5 Christmas songs. They need to have at least 35 hours of community service in the past year. They must live within a 42-mile radius of the station. Contestant A lists all 5 Christmas songs from least to favourite. They've done exactly 35 hours and they live 20 miles away. Contestant B lists all 5 Christmas songs, but not in any particular order. They submit proof of 40 hours of community service and they live 31 miles away. Who should the AI pick to win?
You know, I think it's going to be really a toss-up. It really does just depend on there is nothing that really would separate them because they both meet the criteria. So the AI, it's very much a randomized choice. You know, if it were me personally speaking, I would probably go for contestant B, just because they've done more community service. But both of the other things meet the criteria. Even the community service hours meet the criteria of what the stipulation for this competition were. Contestant A did the most, naming it first, like the least to most favorite Christmas song, which is good. That's good. But it doesn't put them like a cut above the rest because it's just the 5 songs. I think I'm going to go with contestant.
Does it not put them a cut above the rest? Because wouldn't you say that? And this is a question. I don't.
Go ahead.
But wouldn't you say that the doing more than the 35 is the same as doing the thing in its like exact order? Wouldn't those be both like they'd just be an extra?
Yeah, you're right. So then the AI would probably, they're still neck and neck because they tick all the boxes, both of them. Oh man, that's my implicit bias again. I mean, it's really a thing. I feel like I would be more inclined to pick the person who did extra community service hours, but
who would the I'm curious to see what our viewers would say. So y'all definitely comment and let us know what you would which one you think the AI should pick.
I have a question about this.
Okay.
So depending on whomever's AI this is, you know, couldn't it be whatever they value more could possibly give one of the contestants a leg up on each other? So if it's my AI, for example, even though it is not, this is just a random AI. This is not like specifically Arghon, but if it's just a random AI, you know, and if the person who is connected to that AI, not connected to, but whose AI it is using, knows the person and what they almost put value on. So for one person's AI, it might be the fact that they took the time to consider someone's favorite songs in worst to I mean in least to most favorite Christmas song. So that consideration might be something, the thoughtfulness, the consideration might be something that is seen as of more value than possibly community service. Like if it were my AI and I put more weight on like philanthropic endeavors, my AI would go with.
So that's a prime example, as you're talking about, like with AI having a bias based on who's making it, who is creating it. Your AI, because you care about things like, you know, people, volunteering and that kind of thing, you know, you're going to say that's more important. Let's give weight to that,
Mm-hmm.
you know, but someone else might say, well, you know, it just shows that they actually care about me. So therefore, you know, or that they pay attention to detail that, you know, if they, so we have to pick one.
Yeah. I'm going with B.
Ashley D95 has said I would say B again. So Paula, Ashley D's with you as well. Let us know why, Ashley D. Comment, let us know why.
Yeah. And JL, if you're still watching, let us know. Yeah.
Lauren, who would you pick?
I would pick B as well, just because of the community service. I'm not even gonna pretend that I don't have the same bias Paula does, where it's like, oh, you care, you know. But you know, it's kind of an irrelevant point to the thing that it was so much. It's like 5 hours. Was it 40 hours? They did 40 hours.
Yeah, so contestant B. Yeah,
so they just did 5 hours more than the next guy, and you don't know. The thing is, we don't know why the other person didn't do more than 35. Maybe that's all they could squeeze into their workday. So I kind of wonder, like, are you penalizing them for having limitations, right? Whereas, you know, the grounds of the, you know, oh, shoot, I don't know if I'm taking it back. Hold on, because
man,
you know, the first person. The thing is, the first contestant, like, being able to say all of it and say it all in order. They have very much done, like, they've done the work. We know that they've actually paid attention to each element that needed to be, you know, whatever. And they are technically closer to the radio station. I don't think that makes a difference because they're both within the radius. But, you know, as it pertains to getting the thing actually answered, you know, they have thoroughly answered it. Shoot, like, they both deserve it. They both deserve this. Sure. I would flip a hold on.
She's retracting her answer. She's
coin.
retracting.
All right. Flip a coin. Hold on.
Okay, let's go.
Wait, hold on.
I think essentially that's what
I didn't say which one it was. Hold on. Heads. I did all that flipping. I didn't pick them up. Heads is A. No, heads is B. Tails is A. All right. Wait, hold on. I gotta actually. Tails. Who did I say Tails was?
A.
All right, I go with A. I flipped a coin. I couldn't pick.
Yeah, it's interesting because that's the thing. I didn't think of it until Lauren sort of said that, like, okay, contestant B has done more community service, but then contestant A has gone out of their way to list exact order of these songs. Yeah. So it's not, again, like one is better than the other. So again, it would just come down to bias, really. What does that person want more? Because if you're telling the AI they need to meet this criteria, which they both do, then how is it going to make that decision? Ashley D has said, I chose B as I think it seems more reasonable. I think it's a community service. I think that's what's doing it.
Community service is winning everybody over.
It is.
So person A, who had a job where they can barely eke out enough time, is just like, y'all penalizing me for no reason. I did the best I could this week. I was stressed and I did overtime and I still managed to get my 35 hours. And just because, you know, because what if contestant B was like, you know, no shade at all, but like, you know, I work part-time, I have more time.
True.
What happens then? Is it fair to penalize the other? I flip
it's hard. Yeah, it is hard.
The coin. Jess, who would you pick?
I feel like B because of the whole community service thing. But it's just the bias coming out, and you feel so bad because that's it.
These are so good though for showing people what their bias is and how that works into AI. Yeah. It's so easy. It's subtle things. It's, you see, bias and systems that say, you know, this person is more prone to this, or we should profile that individual, or, you know, only men get this, or only women get this. They don't start as these, you know, pointed, like, we are going to go against these people because X. They are subtle things. They are the things that we go, but isn't that nice? Or isn't that familiar? Those things that we do, small, like grains of sand, over time, they weigh down the scale until you get that imbalance, that bias. And so these, what I love about flags and polls is it really shows, how no matter how innocently you go into a situation, you do bring bias.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's so important for there to be these kinds of workshopping, for there to be third like independent organizations and what do they call them? Not tribunals, but like a jury or something that kind of evaluate, how fair something truly is. Because again, like we said, we like the fact that the person volunteered, and that's my bias. I like the fact that the person volunteered more. But also we know, and this is something you see in things like college admissions as well, where a college will say, well, this student has 500 hours of community service. You have like maybe 10. I'm choosing the student. Whereas that student with 500 hours of community service is from an upper middle class area. They don't have a job that they go to after school. They don't have to take care of their little siblings.
Yeah.
Whereas the other student who only has 10 hours of community service, they're dealing with, okay, my mom's actually ill. My dad might not be in the picture, or it could be the reverse. It's not always that. But one of my parents is out of the picture. The other one is ill. They can't work full time. Maybe they only collect disability. I have 2 younger siblings that I have to help take care of. So I don't have time between one after school activity and working part time while being a student to do community service. That doesn't make me a less dedicated student. In fact, because I'm so overloaded and I still manage to maintain and run that system, run my household, that shows how dedicated I will be when I am, chosen to and allowed to enroll at your college or admissions or whatever. So it's so important that we realize, like, things look great on paper, but the paper does not describe the full scope of what people are like. It does not describe the full perspective. And that's why things like, in college admissions specifically, you have, hopefully a fair interview process. But again, sometimes even that doesn't work because they look at your, academic resume and then decide who has the better one. But again, that's not always the full picture. So, I love our flags and polls because it helps us flag things like implicit bias. That tell us, okay, someone doing community service is not a sign of virtue or more dedication than the person who has less community service, but we see that in their own personal spheres, they've shown dedication.
Yeah, and I think it's good, again, making yourself aware in these situations that, it's something our subconscious is doing, that, we were all leading towards the community service. It took us a second, but that we then realised that's why we were heading towards that. But again, it's, the same premise as contestant A, sort of putting in the time, learning that person's least to favourite. So yeah, it's just also being aware of your own personal bias, because that can affect, if you are involved in AI, which everybody can be, if you're involved in the data, all of that kind of side of thing, just being aware of sort of your own personal bias, because we all have them. So
you do. No matter how much you might belong to, and I think that can happen where you're like, well, I belong to certain minority groups, no specific group here being mentioned, but I might be from part of this group and I have these disadvantages, so therefore I can't possibly. But what you see is that even as diverse as our panel here is in this space and in this industry, we still each carry our biases, So yeah, you're right. Absolutely. It's something that has to be, it's so important to take an extra second to think about, why am I choosing a thing? And what am I missing when I only see that one option? What am I missing about the other one? What's a reason why the other one could actually be better than what I'm about to go toward?
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's important being a part of a diverse team as well, because you get different perspectives, different backgrounds, which is really important in this day and age, and just in companies in general, because again, you can't go through life with just having sort of one type of person in your company, because you're just gonna see stuff one way. So we have an initiative called Vision 2020. So you can basically go to arghon.com/Vision 2020 and you can learn how to code, and not just regular code, it's for AI as well. So it's that one step above. Well, not even one step, like 100 steps above. So, you don't have to have any background experience. You can be a total newbie to it. You don't have to have a degree. You don't have to have money. It's totally free. And you can go and upskill yourself, and you can go learn how to code AI. And you can start right now, right here, right now. So go to arghon.com/Vision 2020 and get started today.
Hey.
Well said, ladies. Well said.
All right. So, what's the verdict, Jess?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Okay, right.
You just try to like increase the suspense, and I was here for it.
No, I totally forgot. Right, hang on. So, suspense, drum roll. The AI picks contestant B. Agree or disagree?
Well, I mean, most of you, I think, agree.
Yeah.
The coin I flipped did not agree.
That was chance though. You wanted to go for B.
To go for B, but I mean, again, and I like that. I like too that it, it tells you too that sometimes you just need to leave some decisions up to a random generator. Like you put in your criteria, this is the criteria, and then you step back because it's if you tweak too much or you think too much or you have too much influence over it, then you can bring your bias in. So yeah, the AI chose B, and it might have just flipped a coin, and B was the option that it had. I mean, it is a random generator. It did flip a coin, but yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I love these flags and polls are so fun.
Paula, do you? Well, of course you agree. I was going to say, do you agree or disagree? But of course you agree because you picked B.
I do agree. I do agree, but also, in the conversation of implicit bias today, I would hope that this AI got B just because, like Lauren, just flipped a coin because they were both meeting all of the criteria to be a formidable competitor in this contest. So, yeah, I'm hoping that that same form of, I don't really know who's going to win. I hope that was taken into consideration because it is important for AIs to be created with as neutral of a bias as possible. Nothing is foolproof, but it really does go back to, when building a team to build said AI, whatever that looks like, it has to be something that's representative of the world around us, and the varying opinions. And like on here today, we're not always going to have the same opinions, but different walks of life, different world views, all of it going into the creation of an artificial intelligence brain. That is another really fun part of being a part of a company like Arghon, because that is what this company seeks to do. Seeks to bring diversity into the tech world. But for all of the talk that is out there, it is nice to see a company that is doing that in the hiring portion, in the adding on of the team. It looks like the world. So I'm excited about that, and I do. From the various articles we read on Topic Tuesday, and we're going back to different things, we're seeing that is a trend, and it is a positive trend in the tech space because when users go to look for technology to assist their lives, they want it to be something that understands their lives, understands their needs as just a human being, without biases being thrown into the picture and, possible swaying of what they believe just because, your AI believes something else. So it is so good to have a diverse behind the scenes going into the building and creation of artificial intelligence. And that's why it's so exciting to work for a company like Arghon.
Yay!
Yes.
Paula, I also want to bring up something that you did in this, and I think both of these scenarios, but definitely this scenario, that I think is really good, and it's something that I think a lot of people in not just technology, but in the various industries, but in AI could actually do with, and that is do with and then kind of push even further, push to its limit, which is in this scenario, you were actually one of the first people to highlight, oh wait, I have a bias.
Yeah.
Right. You actually said, oh, that's because I prefer volunteer. I prefer the community service, so that's more important to me than the song's title or distance or whatever. Because we didn't even mention that maybe actually secretly there was some preference for the closer someone is to the studio, because maybe driving them somewhere or sending them the thing would be cheaper or less expensive if it's closer, whatever. We didn't even mention, so a bias that we had was we didn't even think about what various things relating to distance might, we all just tossed that off the table as if it shouldn't have been considered.
Yeah.
But maybe there's a whole thing there where we're like, wait a second, what's the expense to send the package to them? We didn't think of that either. Maybe the 42 minimum, or 40 miles out or 42 miles out minimum, maybe that's in place because it gets more and more expensive the further away, the block, 2 blocks, a mile, whatever. Right? We didn't even look at that. So that's a strong bias we all had, because we just tossed that bit of information before we even thought of anything. Right? But what you did when you said, hey, oh wait, I actually have a bias here. My bias is I prefer the community service. That's important. And it's important for the industry to go one step beyond that. Instead of just saying, oh wait, I have a bias here, it's like, okay, so now what do I do to solve that? And inspired by you saying, wait, I have a bias here, and me going, wait, if we're going to be unbiased, that's when the point that you just heard drop out. That's when the coin came into the equation, right? Because it was like, but what I'm saying is, you brought up the bias, and then when I was thinking, wait a second, I have that bias too. Let me bring my coin in now, because we need to solve this problem. That is how you solve problems when you're working in technology. That's why it's so important to have multiple perspectives. That's why it's important to have clear communication. Because if you can have a diverse audience all you want, and I promise I won't soapbox for very long, but you can have a diverse audience all you want. But if that audience, if those diverse people don't feel comfortable saying the thing, being able to actually express it, then there's no opportunity for it to spark in another person's mind the potential solution. So again, when Paula said, oh, I'm biased, yeah, she ran off and stuck with her bias. No shade, Paula, it's fine. Stuck with her bias, but I went, wait, flip a coin. Right? And so we are in the same company. So what would have happened was, we, whoever decides, but considering, my position, we probably have gone with this. Right? But that's something that, again, that's why it's so important to have a diversity of perspective, because one person can say something and it's a throwaway comment and they move on, but the next person says, no, we can run with this. And that's how you see that's a lot of how innovation happens, but it's also how these great ideas and inclusivity are facilitated. That there's room for people to express themselves, because you can have, let's say, if we're talking about an issue of black, white, and I'm just choosing it because it's just two easy variables of people, black and white, but you only have one black person or one white person in the group, depending on and they're not comfortable saying, hey, this is my perspective. They're not going to be heard. Then you might as well have nobody. So, it might as well be homogeneous. Homogeneous, whatever. So it's a really great discussion. And I hope that the viewers who are seeing this, I hope that it has an impact, because it's just true. And so thank you, both of you ladies, and thank you to our viewers. Your input is, as you see, it's really a part of the conversation. It helps us to think about our perspective as well. So that's great.
Yeah, and I think, just even that Paula highlighted the fact we then realised, oh wait, we've got that bias too. And then, as you said, you went and got that coin because you were like, well, I've got a bias, so that's not going to make it fair. And then every one of you commenting, again, it adds to the conversation. So, in this space, again, it's really important to get that conversation going. And that's why we're on this Twitch channel. That's why we're, we started off talking about toilet paper, but, it still has some sort of meaning, even though it's fun, it's Monday, we want to start off light. But it's really great when you people tuning in, you get involved in the conversation, because, as we said at the start, there's no right or wrong answer. And that's so nice about this show. But Paula, do you have any final words before I wrap up today?
The final words. It was a very colorful discussion today. I am glad that in all of the fun and laughing times we have on this channel, a bigger conversation can be sparked out of these fun episodes. I really appreciate that about this channel, and I hope those who are tuning in can just have a little bit more understanding of what artificial intelligence is today. Certain aspects that affect the conversation of AI. Implicit bias turned out to be the little fun fact informational bit for today, but it is actually something that is a huge conversation in the world of artificial intelligence right now. So, if for those who are watching at home right now, if you are interested in the topic of AI, if you want to let us know, leave any comments or questions as to what the topic of AI looks like, where you are viewing this from, please let us know in the chat. We are always interested in hearing different perspectives, and different conversations in this discussion, because it is vast and it is never ending and it is always evolving. So we always love to hear from the viewers. If you are interested in what Arghon is, you can also go to arghon.com right now. You can even download the AI right now to your device and start interacting with Arghon. And I'm gonna leave the rest for you ladies, but it is always such a wonderful time to come here and speak with you all about it, because it's an important conversation to have, and it is can also be fun, which we have here on on this channel as well. So it's good.
Mm-hmm.
It's good.
Yeah.
Lauren, do you have any final words?
I said them all.
That's fine. I just wanted to double check. Right. So as Paula said, yeah, we recommend going to arghon.com, downloading Arghon for yourself, experience AI for yourself. And the great thing about Arghon is you literally can communicate to Arghon how we're speaking now. It's free, just like the Vision 2020 initiative. So as I said, you can go to arghon.com/Vision 2020 and you can start learning to code AI. Absolutely free. Don't need any past experience, don't need a degree, anything like that. You can start right now. So go check it out. But that is it for today's stream. So be sure to follow us, friend us on here. Get notified every time we go live, because it is always better to catch us when we are live. You can get involved in the AI conversation. If you do miss it, just go to the videos tab on this channel and you can look back at the past streams that we have done in the last 2 weeks. Be sure to leave your comments, questions in the chat, as we will be back tomorrow for Topic Tuesday. So that is 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 8 p.m. British summertime. And Topic Tuesday is where we focus on some interesting topics that we found in the news about artificial intelligence. So be sure to come check it out.
Remind them of the time change for Friday.
Oh yeah, so Friday, yeah, I believe we spoke about it last Friday, but just as a reminder, so this coming week, our weekly roundup on Friday is going to be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is midnight British summertime. So it's a late one. It's a late one, but we still hope that, everyone in the UK come check it out, of course.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Mondays we have flags and polls, Tuesdays Topic Tuesday, Thursdays a Throwback Thursday, which is all going to be 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I can't even speak. Why?
Eastern
Standard Time. 8 p.m. British summertime, and then our weekly roundup on Friday is 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is midnight in the UK. But
so you just push everything 4 hours.
Yeah, just a little bit.
But again, if you follow us on our social media, so Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at Arghon AI, again, you can get all the updates on there. And we do also have a YouTube channel, so youtube.com/Arghon. You can go check out our lovely, amazing content on there as well. But that is it for today, so we will see you again tomorrow.
See you. We look forward to talking to you on our socials that you subscribe, like, and follow, and friend us on.
Bye.
Bye, guys.